Sorry. Anyway, I hit the button. This is another indigenous person variety. I'll let you read the name of it. It is, there you go, Ohoham Soamin. It's not as vigorous as the Mayo. We'll see if it tastes good, if it comes to fruition. Over here I have some basil. This is carrot going to seed so that I can supply my carrots for next year. This is cantaloupe variety. I'll just say melon. It tastes cantaloupe-y, but it's a hybrid that I grew here. I grew 6 or 7 different varieties one year and saved the seed from my favorite melon, and I've kept moving it forward. And so far it's been pretty consistent to being very flavorful and yummy. I have butternut across the trellis, and I'm actually hosting some ladies from church today to come and do some cut flowers. So I have tables set up with vases in the shade under my beautiful mother mesquite. This is the reason why I have a garden, I think. I think her roots go out and nourish everything. It's a glorious, glorious tree. And it lived here before I was here, and it never was watered until I put in my garden. It definitely needs a trim, but it is huge. Just some pretty things. Have a hydrangeas right there. It's under the tree in full shade. Some mint, roses, herb bed. This is parsley going to seed. I have some sages, some thyme. This bed is more shade than the other, and you can see the butternut actually prefers that. It likes this spot. I have some pink yarrow. That's right there. That's really pretty. These are coreopsis. Beautiful roses. There's my little fairy garden. I made some modifications. I was getting water seeping, so I made a little pond. Columbine. Lots of roses, bird feeders. Let's see. My new fountain. And my bucket garden. My green stock right now has tipberry beans in it. First year I've tried that, I thought that would be a good choice. Let me try and see, because they like it really hot and they like it low water. So these guys, if they need high water, you have to water them a couple times a day. So that will maybe limit me to only having to water it 1 time a day. I have asparagus in this bed. That's my creosote version of a boxwood. It is untrimmed right now. It's a little wild and woolly. This is my other orchard right here. I have my jujubes, 2 jujubes, and this is that golden Dorset apple. These are blackberries in the middle, and I grew comfrey. Again, I did a cover crop in here. As you can see, the sprinkler does go on, same as the other orchard, but when you walk on it and dogs walk on it and things, they don't germinate as well. Look at the tree rings though. Look at how much water helps things. But again, this is I grow it from a compost pile. It doesn't go to waste. It also helps the trees with microbiology, and microbiology keeping them cool and keeping them moist so that they can thrive and go out and get nutrients from my plants. And I have some sweet peas that are going to seed that were on the fence. And there's lots of perennials that are on that fence. There's lavender and some tacomas, leucadendron, a couple of natives. There's some mallow. I have some artichokes over at the end there next to the greenhouse. This bed next to the cage here is actually strawberries, and I planted some Mexican primrose, and as you can see, it's quite vigorous. So that'll be trimmed back significantly. This is just the first year for the strawberries, so I'm letting them get established a little bit. And then the crazy cage, that's where I started with gardening. And this is now fully engulfed in passion fruit. And it's gonna have to be a shade garden now. So originally I had planted strawberries, but it's a little shady in here. It's still producing strawberries, but not as delicious as when they're in the sun. So I have a lot of tropical greens that I'm going to try in here and see if maybe that could be a substitute for salad, because I don't grow lettuce too much in the summer. So I'll try some lettuce in here as well, but I haven't tried it yet. My Lady Binks. Strawberries here. Scabiosa. Aren't these seed pods cute? Even those are worthy of an arrangement. My mimosa. My beautiful roses. I have lots of different varieties in here. Butterfly bush, a mum, hydrangea, the red rose that wasn't supposed to be red, but so stunning that I left it. Over here I have campanula, some lemon mint, some verbena. This is hollyhocks all in here, as well as roses. I have some dahlias in here too. There's Kevin's floodlight that's just starting to come up here. This is a potato vine, potato tree. I really harshly prune this to keep it manageable. Have some pots with mums and mixes. My little nursery area. This is a lemon balm over here in this bed. I also have some hyacinth bean that's going up the trellis. I have some chamomile tucked in and a couple other, there's some tomato over there. This is almost getting taken over by lemon balm, so not sure. Maybe I'll trim it back. Maybe I'll just leave it lemon balm. This is a little nook over here. Isn't this perfect with the heart and those little flowers just going right up that little heart trellis? So fun. Black-eyed Susan, but they're pink. Mexican petunia, some mums, geraniums. I have a snake that lives in here. His name is Herman, and he's a rosy boa. So, he's not afraid of me now. I can pretty much touch him, and he doesn't mind. But there's some water down there for him. And I've got some fennel. This is a native grass called purple needle grass. It grows great out here. Found the seeds down by Aberdeen, and I just propagated it myself. Here's my actual nursery cart. Here's dahlia. This one always goes first. This spot, I don't know if there's something that's been buried here or what, but this spot is just incredibly prolific. But look at that. Is not fantastic in the desert? You're kidding me. This is Mai Tai. And this is what thrip damage looks like, if you're interested. I do battle thrip. I'm trying some biological control, and it seems to be working pretty good. It's a bacteria that, actually it's a fungus that infects the bugs when they eat it, and it fungicizes them or eats them from the inside out. It doesn't affect bees though. These are some babies, some watermelon, some cantaloupe. This is mesquite, trying to get germination. Pineapple. Let's see over here. So these little areas here, got a couple of moringa trees that I have in pots here. I can move those around for shade if I have a particular thing that's struggling. Also, for some reason, these two get pods and provide me seeds way faster into the year than my ones that are in the ground. So these have a good reason to be here. They help with shade, and they also produce seeds for next year. On here I have some cantaloupe. I also have some basils, some onions, zinnia, all sorts of stuff. And this is a grape, a very vigorous grape. This came from my mother-in-law's house as cuttings from my nephew. And I have had to really prune this heavily. Last year it got decimated by June bugs. I put organza bags over the grapes and they ate right through the organza bags. So I haven't seen any yet, but as soon as they show up, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this. Some nursery stuff I'm working on. There's the chas trees. Here's the nursery, lots of little babies in here. Propagating some dahlias. I got some agave cactus over there. Octopus agave, sorry. Some sweet potato vines. Lots of goodies. Okay, that's the backyard. Maybe tomorrow I'll give you a view of the food forest in the front yard. All right, bye.